And I can't hold it much longer. Gotta let go so I can be free.
It's the Atlanta Takeover, Foul Territory, live in ATL in the Battery at Truist Community Corner. Scotty Braun, AJ Pierzynski, Erik Kratz, and Todd Father over at the end. Happy anniversary to you, by the way.
Thank you, man.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Seems like a long time ago that it happened, but a lot of good memories, and posted a video yesterday, brought back a lot of good stuff.
So. Yeah. And now you'll call the Derby tonight.
Even more exciting.
As a veteran.
I guess as a veteran. It's a lot. I mean, the list here, 8 guys, 7 brand new home run derby contestants for the first time. A lot of young guys that are going to put their name on the map here, and hopefully it's a great show, and I think it will be.
Who's the returning guy of the one?
It would be Olson.
Oh, right. Yes. Olson's done one before. And he was a late ad. He would have been.
Late ad.
Acuna's done one before.
So either way. He struggled in the one he had, but you never know. One of those things where it's like, hey, just put me in, and all of a sudden he takes off. Lefties are going to bode well this week, or today, excuse me.
And he's got home juice, too.
Exactly.
Which doesn't hurt. Sometimes a hometown guy, does pretty well.
He did the hometown.
Yep.
He's hometown, though. He's Georgia, and he plays.
Yes.
Plays for Atlanta.
Double hometown. That's very true. All right, so right off the jump here, we do have something to cover. Like, there is controversy heading into the All-Star game in terms of who's there and who's not there. So let's charge the mound. It's Hot Corner, powered by Nex Playground. We'll talk about the game coming up in a little bit. Podfather played some derby, so did Kratz and AJ. But let's get into the All-Star game. When you first heard that 5 starts into his big league career, the Miz got the call to ATL, you were probably so excited and said, "Yup, deserves it."
Yeah, no, that's not exactly what I did. I did exactly what the Phillies said. Like, no, I'm sorry, I love the kid, but 5 starts. No, and this is 100% a league decision because they got to pick whoever they wanted. It wasn't like he was voted on by the players, because when the players' vote happened, he hadn't even been probably pitched in the big leagues yet, or he maybe had 1 or 2 starts. So
Juan didn't get in, and he was the He was the player of the month for June. They voted before that.
Well, no, they vote late June. I think they vote in like the June.
Misiorowski has less appearances on the mound than I do in the big league.
How many appearances you got?
I don't know. I know it's 7
more than 5.
7.
Okay,
more than 5.
So a lot of players are probably pissed about this, besides just the Phillies guys who were vocal because they want their guys there.
But people have bonuses attached to this.
Yeah.
Right. So whether Juan Soto makes $700 million, he still gets a big bonus for being elected an All-Star. So for Misiorowski to get this, it's like, okay, Christopher Sanchez is the obvious choice, but there's other people that have obvious choices, and there's a lot of people that obviously aren't coming this year, which is also disappointing. But the ones that, like, you could find someone to come that has been there all year and done a lot of good things. And the fact that Christopher Sanchez isn't here and Misiorowski is, the Phillies summed it up perfectly when they said it was a joke.
They did. There is a breakdown of how, okay, Christopher Sanchez could have gotten in, but not. The rules are you can't invite somebody, you can't replace somebody.
Here's the thing, because this is important for the pitching side of things, because this is a pitcher who's replacing other pitchers in Misiorowski. The Phillies are pissed because they have multiple guys that they think should have gotten in. First off, just to clear the board here, Ranger Suarez was asked. He had plenty of rest. He declined. So we're good there. For Christopher Sanchez, he pitched this weekend on Saturday. So the call is, hey, you can be a replacement, but you have to pitch an inning. You have to be available for an inning. And he said, I'm not going to be. So then they go, okay, we're moving on. We have to ask someone else.
Yeah.
And then the Phillies players were saying, hey, he should still be designated an all-star because he got the ask. But they're like, he got the ask, not the acceptance, so he's not an all-star. And he doesn't get the bonus. The Phillies gave him his team bonus. Obviously, these guys have other bonuses off the field, too.
He should get the jersey. He should get the hat, all that kind of stuff.
You think he should be here then as a replacement? Because their thing is, we could go to 10 replacements and we could have all these extra guys here, but they can't actually pitch for us.
Well, I think that's the tough part about it, and that's why All-Stars is difficult. And I've talked to you about this. Maybe give them a whole week off so they can get those guys in. I know it's long. Don't get me wrong. It changes, of getting appearances and all that other jazz, but you want the best of the best, as we talked about. You can't hate Miz for getting picked to go there. It's not his fault. He's excited than ever, but they got to make the right decisions, and maybe there's something they need to look back and change for the All-Star break. Maybe make it so that on that Sunday they make it on a Friday so everybody can get a little more time off and get ready and everybody can pitch. I don't know. There's something else that's got to be done.
Yeah, I don't think any player would sit there and go, Jacob Misiorowski is not supposed to be in. He just shouldn't be in, or they're hating on him. That is not at all what players are saying. I think people are saying you're jealous, all this stuff. Like, these are two guys that made all-star teams. It is really hard to make an all-star team in the big leagues, and there are other worthy people to make it. Tyler Rogers should be an all-star. I get it. He's a reliever, but he should be here based on the fact that he played the entire season. I'm not saying rookies can't, but when you make it 5 games into your career and the 5 games isn't even like he wasn't elite dominance, he had really good stuff.
Even if he was, does it even matter?
No, it's like Ellie last year. How hard were you fighting for Ellie last year?
No, Ellie played a full season. You mean 2 years ago?
Or 2 years ago, sorry. 2 years ago, you were
He had like 105
Wait,
at
forget
bats.
Ellie. How about Ellie had way more at bats
Yeah.
than Paul Skeens had, what, 11 starts?
11
10 starts? And people were freaking out
He
then.
started the All-Star game.
Right, and people were freaking out about that.
I don't know. The All-Star game to me used to be a thing you were honored to do as a player. Like, oh my gosh, I made the All-Star team. I have to go. This might be the only one I get to go to. Now it's become like, oh, I made the All-Star team, like, and I have to go?
I think
Like,
everyone's
why?
excited to make it, and then they're like, ugh, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be addressed.
How do we address that?
I don't know.
How do we get the guys to show up?
But now-
Because there are a ton of no-shows.
Give them
I-
more money.
More money?
And I hate to say
It
this.
sounds like bad, but home run derby. All of a sudden, it's $1 million to the winner, and now you got 7
They got
first
people-
timers.
For sure.
There you
People
go.
say yes if there's money like that on the line.
And it's not trying to be bragging like, oh, well, you guys get all the money in the world, but you put a little dollar figure on it, a little more incentive to go.
I just don't. I don't know how you do it because listen, there's guys that are making the All-Star team, last minute and they're coming, but it's kind of there's like 100 All-Stars now. There used to be, you had your 25 on each league, and it was so hard to make these teams. But now there's like 75 guys on each team.
Makes me feel like I was really bad because I never made an all-star
But-
team. But 73
You
now?
were next. You were next.
Was I
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you played now, you would be a lock. Because casters would say no, and you'd be like, I'm in.
It's crazy. It's just
There's
crazy.
a lot of no-shows this year in particular where I did some research, and I'm like, why aren't they here? Some guys are hurt. Okay. Like Jose Ramirez said, I'm hurt. I'm battling.
He's the
whatever.
only fan vote that's not coming, though.
That's not coming.
That-
But there are a lot of guys on the next list.
Okay.
I'll point one out. Isak Paredes, 2-time All-Star. This is the second time he's been voted in. He's not a superstar. This could be the only other time that he ever gets voted in. He said, nah, fam time, I'm out. Like, I get it. Everyone agrees. They understand fam time, just like Anthony Rendon doesn't care about baseball and wants his fam time. It's a day and a half. And if you, here's
you
my
can
thing.
bring your family here. And
That's what
still
I'm
get your
saying.
time. It's not like I know it takes
Take it
a
a
lot
little
of time.
mini vacation or something. And have,
You come,
They pay for everything here.
but bring your family here and have your kids on the field with you. And
kids will remember it. Yep.
yeah, the kids
doubt.
remember that stuff and get the cool video of you and your kids and doing the whole thing. So I don't know. I just, it is what it is. People are going to decline and people can say, oh, but I'm sorry. This isn't against Jacob Misiorowski at all, but he just shouldn't be here. That's it. I don't, and this is not a knock on him. It's not his fault. They picked him and he's going to say yes. Everyone wants to see the guy 6'7" guy throw 105.
I think the players need to figure out how to get the guys here. And if they have a problem with the current structure, it's in the CBA. So Ken talked about this on Fair Territory and wrote about it.
Up at the end of the next year.
The CBA. So let's try and fix this. The problem is this is Pebbles. This is like the 50th most important thing compared to what they have to sort through. But the CBA says if you're not available to play in the game, you cannot be named as a replacement. So you cannot be named an all-star. So you won't be a replacement all-star. Here's my thing with the guys that say no, Todd Father, especially some of the guys that have only been named once or twice. If you went back to when they're 12 years old and you said, hey, Isak, you're going to make it to the bigs and you're going to be so unappreciative that you're not even going to go when they ask you to be an all-star. Could you imagine? Every kid's dream in that spot is to make the bigs, let alone be an all-star. And he's just like, nah, I'm good.
No, and I think they'll look back on their careers and be like, man, maybe I should have did that. Or, some of your kids like, Daddy, the All-Star game, how many you have? Well, I had one. I could have done 3 or, whatever. Just a weird
Like
example.
Dad didn't go.
Yeah, why didn't you go?
People would do
No.
anything to be an all-star.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott or Eric.
No. Okay, this is obviously my life that I lived. I played most of my career in AAA.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, I got selected to the AAA All-Star game. Okay, so I'm 37. I have 3 kids. We were in, where was I at? I don't even remember. Columbus. We were going to the shore for the All-Star break.
Okay.
Or I could go to Tacoma for the All-Star game.
That's the AAA All-Star game.
This is AAA for a 37-year-old who
Yep.
had parts of 6 years in the big leagues at that time.
Yep.
I asked my kids, which would you rather do? Go to the shore or go to Tacoma?
And what'd they say?
They said, I want to go to the shore. So we went to the shore.
Okay, and now let's put that in the big league scenario. If you said, "Hey kids, day and a half down the shore or day and a half in ATL," plus you can still go to the shore. Like you can
There's
leave
still 2 more days.
day and then go to the shore.
That's what I did.
Do you think your kids would say, "Hey, let's go to ATL to the All-Star game"?
They would go to the All-Star game in the big leagues 100%. But maybe some guys aren't viewing it as that important.
Okay, but they're wrong.
disagree. I disagree.
The only guys
They
that I
should agree. They should do it.
Yeah, for me, AJ, it's like if you've been there 10 times and I don't know, they're really getting tugged to do something else, maybe you've got a case, but
Kershaw coming?
yeah,
So
excuse me. He's a special designation this year as the commissioner's pick.
because it's an honor.
Actually, most of those guys actually go, right? Like, we rarely see someone like a Judge or a Harper or anybody that's in the A list say, "No, I'm not going because I just want to hang at home."
It's good for baseball, man.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing, well, especially in a place like the Battery, right? In Atlanta, there's signing appearances that you can do for sponsors. I saw Bobby Witt Jr. just not long ago doing a thing for, he has a Whataburger appearance, right? Over here.
Mm-hmm.
You can do, especially in a place like Atlanta where everything is right here. They're staying right here. They're all these restaurants, bars, everything is right here, stores. You can make a lot of money if you just show up and do something here. It takes an hour out of your day at 12 o'clock. Like, I showed up from 12 to 1 at whatever, the Truist Community Corner, and I made $50,000 or $100,000. Like, it's not a big deal.
The problem is that some guys are on really nice contract.
That'll pay for that vacation when the season's over with.
That's
too,
true.
As well. So
but what if you're
you
one
can
of
make
those
it up,
guys
man.
that's on like a $150 million contract and like it's cool to make $100K for a couple days, but it's actually not going to change your life?
It's still the incentive of family. It's incentive of thinking about not just yourself, but other things along the way. They like going on that vacation. Right when the season's end, you go home, guys, meet me wherever, let's go somewhere. It's still money in your pocket. So I talked to Joey Votto back in the day, man, make as much money as you can. And that's one guy that did. And ultimately, now he's living a great life, which he was before still. But
yeah,
I don't care if it's 50,000 or 100,000 or 10,000. It's still a good chunk of change which anybody can use. You know what I'm saying?
And hey, nobody is more excited than the Miz himself. We've had him on the show, a few weeks ago, Jacob Misiorowski. I will say from a fan perspective, aside from the whole debate of, he should make it, I'm excited to see him pitch. I mean, he's one of the most unique pitchers in the game right now. He throws 103. His slider's mid-90s. He's got control of it. Like, he's the new it thing right now in baseball, and we do get to see him face big league hitters. And here's his reaction after he found out.
And has picked someone else to represent the Brewers and pitch in the All-Star game. This is a guy that's generated a lot of excitement. Really proud. Announced this, that our version of Forrest Gump, Jacob Misiorowski, is going to the All-Star
I honestly have no words, guys. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's an honor, and there's a lot of older guys around that have been around for a lot longer than I have. So I just wanted to send a thanks of all the help you guys give me to get through these couple weeks that I've been here. So it's been huge.
He was called up exactly a month ago.
You know what? Somebody said, I forget if it was Castellanos or if it was Turner, said, oh, it's like a popularity contest. Like it's maybe if people are really pissed about it, maybe you could just go ahead and sell yourself. Like we have a problem with players
Yes.
selling themselves in the game. Maybe don't wait for the team to say, hey, we got something for you. Go ahead and put yourself out there. Maybe that's what helped. I'm not saying Misiorowski's not like this social media darling or anything like
No.
that. Go ahead and sell yourself. If the game's not going to, it's your career. Do what you need to do to get yourself out there.
How do we find out who the starters are? Who votes?
The fans vote.
So it is a popularity.
It's a popularity contest.
That's why.
100%.
If
And
they're
it's a
saying,
popularity
like
contest with the players too. Don't let people say that it's not a popularity contest with the players, because people are like, how many times did you guys vote? And you're like, that guy, he threw at me. I'm not voting for him. Or that guy did something. I'm not voting for him. You know, it's a popularity.
Sure.
It's a popularity contest.
Sure.
It is.
No.
It is.
I
Not make
agree.
it into something. It's a popularity contest from the fans, the players, and whoever else gets to vote.
Yeah, I mean, just to pick out a name on that side, like Julio Rodriguez has not had a great first half, but he's a known name, and players voted for him. He's not here; he didn't come, but players voted for him.
Mhm.
Period. There were other outfielders that have had better first halves than him.
There's a lot of outfielders that had better
Yeah.
first halves than him.
So that's the point. Last thing here, we found out Skeens against Skubal for starting. And then also, I just wanted to give a shout out to the unsung guys. The Padres have 3 relievers voted in. I mean, I think that's never happened before. Yeah, first team in MLB history to send 3 relievers to the All-Star game from one team. Robert Suarez, their closer, Jason Adam, and Adrian Morejon, 2 of their setup guys. That's pretty cool.
But this is the pitcher problem, though. How many pitchers have declined that we start getting outside of San Diego? Who could have named those 3 guys outside of hardcore baseball fans? Who could have told you who Andre Morejon was?
Yeah, that's tough sell.
I don't mean that. It's great. Congratulations, Adrian. I'm happy that you're coming to the All-Star game, but that's because of all the people that have said, nah, I'm not coming. I don't want to pitch. I don't want to do this. I can't pitch on Sunday. Or I'm pitching on Sunday, so I can't pitch. Like that. But that's what it starts becoming. And who gets to pick the replacements? The commissioner, right?
Yeah, the
commissioner's
league.
office. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Get your name out there. You think Zach Wheeler got the option that he was going to start?
I don't know. I don't know what the backstory is there.
Always does. Even if he has a bad year, he should have an option. He's that good.
Like I thought he was going to start. I thought he'd show up. He's from Georgia, and
He's not coming, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he's not coming or not. I didn't see a list of that. But my thing is, this guy's from here.
Yeah,
Skeens started last year. I wonder if they went to him and was like, "Hey, Skeens is going to start," and he's like, "All right, I'll be right up the road at my house." And I think he's in like Decatur or DeKalb or something. Like, I don't know. That completely. I'm not breaking news or anything like that. I want to know if he got the option, because the only reason I think that is because Max Fried called Erik Skubal. So there's conversation. And I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully one day we'll find out.
you can't argue with Skeens or Skubal, though. I mean, come on. Like,
No, I'm saying I thought Wheeler would have gotten the start.
yeah.
And then when he didn't, then he said, meh.
So let me ask you this, because Skeens is probably the more electric guy right now, like the name, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the numbers in front of me, but who has the better numbers in the first half? I know
Skeens does.
He still does, even though he's kind of like
Skeens has under a 2 ERA.
Okay.
They're not winning any games because
Yeah.
they can't score any runs.
sure.
His ERA is better.
Okay.
Wheeler has better, way more, not way more. He has a few more innings because Skeens is going long, and Wheeler has more punches.
Gotcha.
Their numbers are both ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, no offense, Skeens is the star. Nothing
That's
against
what
that
I
guy.
was trying to
He's
see.
the bigger star to people out there.
Yeah, no
right.
doubt.
He started last year, and then they can get him versus Skubal. Listen,
Cool.
I'm not arguing with you that Wheeler maybe shouldn't have gotten a start. Max Fried, they were talking about getting a start for the American League.
Yep.
But Skeens versus Skubal, those are probably the 2 biggest names in pitching right now. So it's an exhibition. Run them out there.
Skeens does have better numbers, I mean, with a quick look, but they're almost identical on innings. 122 for Wheeler, 121 for Skeens. ERA plus, Skeens is at 212. Wheeler's at 182. Strikeout numbers are probably in a similar spot. I mean, K per 9 a little higher for Wheeler, but like now we're getting into semantics. Run prevention, Skeens is winning.
Skeens is a better pitcher right now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he is, and he's a
Yeah,
better name.
I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm saying I wonder if he found out, and then Wheeler's like, well, if I'm not starting, I'm going to do everything I can to recover and be at the house. Brand new baby at home. All that stuff goes into it.
It plays.
Yep. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll get into the Derby. Got other things to hit here, obviously, on FT. And also make sure you tap in to get 20% off Nex Playground. These guys all played in the past week. We'll show you a little bit of Todd Father's action today, and then Kratz and AJ tomorrow. A $50 savings if you hit that QR code. It's really cool, very interactive. If it's hot out wherever you are and your kids are playing video games, you want to play with them, this is the best way to play technology-wise. Over 45 games on Nex Playground. They'll take us into break, and we'll be right back.
Even summer needs a backup, a pal, a little sidekick in the good kind of chaos. The kind of partner that turns living rooms into playgrounds and reminds us what our bodies and our hearts were made for. Play that moves you.
Scott, you have a Built Rewards card, right?
I do, Kratz. I pay a lot of money in rent, and now I get something for that. There's no cost to join, and just by paying rent, you unlock flexible points that can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and much more. When you pay rent through Built, you unlock two powerful benefits. First, you earn one of the industry's most valuable points on rent every month. No matter where you live or where your landlord is, your rent now works for you, and you gain access to exclusive neighborhood benefits in your city. Built's neighborhood benefits are things like extra points on dining out, complimentary post-workout shakes, and much more. Unique experiences that only Built members can access. And when you're ready to travel, Built points can be converted to your favorite miles and hotel points around the world, meaning your rent can literally take you places. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, what are you waiting for? Start paying rent through Built and take advantage of your neighborhood benefits by going to joinbuilt.com/foul. That's joinbilt.com/FOUL. Make sure to use our URL so that they know we sent you.
Hey, we're back. Let's take a question or two in the YouTube live chat. Mike G saying, let's call it what it is. The Miz selection was for casual baseball fans at the expense of real baseball fans. And then brought up a name, Cubs closer Danny Palencia, just like you brought up Tyler Rogers, who's another great candidate. True.
I mean, Danny Palencia throws 101 if that's what you're looking for. You're looking.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
One positive thing is they're promoting a player. I like that part of it.
And they're promoting
and it's a
starter.
Milwaukee Brewer.
And a starter. We have a starting pitching problem too with guys that you can kind of look at the headline and say, I'm going today because of him. Miz is that guy right now.
Anytime Miz goes up against the other team's best, it's must-see TV right now.
Yeah. I mean, midweek, Midwest game, had great ratings. It was sold out for Miz versus Skeens, 2 weeks ago?
No,
Yep.
Kershaw.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw and
No, they
Skeens.
both happened. They both happened.
Skeens and
Yeah,
Kershaw.
they both
That's
happened.
right.
And they both obviously had great ratings, great turnouts. It matters. Well, let's not forget, it's entertainment.
So
It matters.
this guy throws that hard. I mean, people are going to be like, whoa, here we go.
People will tune in to see someone like that, and they want to see what he looks like against the game's best, just like Skeens last year. What was the most exciting part last year that you remember? Skeens matching up against the big boys, right?
Yeah, and then punching them out.
Durant
Exactly.
hitting a home run.
Durant hitting a homer, winning the MVP.
No, I know what you meant. Let's go. See what you got, kid. That's fair. I'm up. Easy.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo, this is too easy, bro. Oh, I hit it foul.
Boom.
No.
Boom.
Oh, you
go.
okay? You're beating me. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going way down the line. 45 seconds. Oppo for me.
I
Dead
sold.
center. Get up.
I sold. I messed up. Come on.
This is a workout too,
Oppo
baby.
taco, baby.
Let's go. Oh, I went triple deck.
Same.
Triple decker Sandy. Oh, what did I do? Critical, baby! ×4. That's called being perfectly on time. Oh, Blake, back to back jack. I know where to swing now. 3 in a row. 4 seconds. 3. How about one more for good measure? Throw the pitch. Get up, ball.
I haven't. There's one more.
What? No. Golden ball.
I'm swinging like this.
And the critical again. I think I found my way, bud.
I got ×5.
Better luck next time, bud.
You don't know.
It's game over. I got 33,000, dude.
No, that was our team combined.
Okay, well, I beat you by 10,000 this time, bro. Dead center.
Boom. Oh, I can't hit a home run.
Yeah, because you're too early. Wait for the ball, just like in the game. Oh, no. See, when
You told me to wait for them.
Yeah, it went out.
No, it
Oh,
didn't.
shoot. Watch the leg kick. Boom.
Finally.
Finally what?
I hit a home run.
You're not good.
Yes, I got ×4.
You're not good at this.
Yes, I am.
Bye-bye.
I
Stay
suck.
fair.
Go foul.
That a boy. 400 and change, plus 800. God, Blake, you stink.
Yes! Yes!
Yes,
yes!
what?
I hit a critical home run.
How far did they go? 8,000 feet? Wow. Stay fair.
I sold.
Wow. You are just not good at this game. I'm going to look at you here. Oh, golden ball? I'm not looking at
Yes, I got a critical on a golden ball.
you. How are you getting these criticals, man? Oh, my. We're still going? Let's go.
All right, come on. Who beat each other?
Beat you by 8,000, doggy. Blake and I just got done playing Nex Playground. Pretty cool little game featured here. We played 2 games, the Fruit Ninja
Slice!
and the Home Run Hero. What do you think? What do you like better?
And they were both equally very fun, but I think the Fruit Ninja I like better.
I like the Home Run Hero because I kicked your butt. That's why.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't pick Home Run Hero.
No, but they are fun games. This is great. Get a little energy. You can see I'm breathing a little heavy. We're getting after it. It's fun for the family, and it's a good thing to do with your son or daughter or whomever.
Next time I'm going to beat him.
Love it. Love it. Tap in to get 20% off Nex Playground, $50 savings over 45 games, including Home Run Heroes, Star Strikers. Todd Father dominated. So you're still top dog in the household for now. Eventually the kiddos are going to get
No, that'll never change.
No?
Never.
Never?
I hope it does, but
They might get stronger than you one day, but
no, definitely.
that game you had never touched. And your first swing, you're like, okay, cool, I got this, right? And
Right away.
both your kids on Friday were playing, both your sons were playing for like 2 hours, right?
Like
They were
the whole
live.
time you and I were on the out there on the podcast.
And
man.
I remember during the commercial break, I'm like, yo, don't tire out.
Yeah,
You got to play Daddy-O
he
coming up.
probably took 400 swings that day in 2 hours.
Yep.
And my other son too, just hacking away. And they're whispering because we're on TV. Anybody can learn this game. It's just incredible. All you need is, a bat, a spatula, or whatever you guys need,
Hands.
and whatever it is. And you burn some energy. You're having fun with your family and friends, and you get to talk a little smack. That's the kind of stuff I like to do.
It was fun. The tech's great. Seriously, obviously, we're excited to be partnered up with them. It looked good. And Todd Father had a very dominant performance. They played probably for 30 minutes, and I think you maybe fouled the ball off 2 or 3 times, and the rest of the time, dingers all day. So now that he's all warmed up, we're going to show you the trailer for this game. We'll come back, and we'll do a home run derby preview. We'll talk about Olsen replacing Acuna, get Todd Father's thoughts before he gets ready to call the derby.
Ah, summer. We almost forgot what it feels like to play just because. But even summer needs backup. A little partner in the good kind of chaos. Someone to bring the kung fu kicks. Hiya! To train some dragons. Fly, young dragon rider, fly. The kind of fun that keeps the days going. That turns living rooms into playgrounds. And reminds us what our bodies and our hearts were made for. Play that moves you.
All right, we're knocking these out early because the Derby's tonight, and Todd Father's with us for a limited time. We'll look back at Friday. I fell. Kratz, nice little Jose Iglesias banger.
Easy. He was like 7 for 8 or 6 for 8 going into the game against Ranger Suarez.
He didn't say that though. I wish you would have told us that. We would have won some more. But
Yeah.
It?
No, the history between those two?
I don't remember.
Funny. Someone replied instantly when we posted on Twitter. They were like, Jose Iglesias is your pick? And Kratz is like, yeah.
And I responded back to him, how did that age?
You know, you know.
Like,
look at that, baby. It's like last year all over again.
It is. Yeah, but you got a lot of heat. How much you putting down for the Derby winner in this? And who do you think's going to win?
Well, I'm just doing one guy. You know, if you seem to do a lot, you're rooting for people and not. I mean, I'm not that crazy of the gambler as it is. I went back and forth on this one. My first instinct was Brett Rooker. I really love this guy. I love the way he swings. I love his approach. He's got power. But then I see how the lineup is going to be and who's batting first to last. And as you can tell, the last 4 guys have a little slight advantage, okay? And one of those 4 guys is Byron Buxton. He's a freak athlete. I'm going Byron Buxton to have a monster first round and kind of cruise to the finals and take care of business. I go with an athlete here. I think his endurance is there. He's 100% healthy. That's my pick to click to win the home run derby.
Wow. Yeah, and he's a Georgia kid.
Yep.
So this is probably the only time he'll do it.
Extra juice.
But
Extra
my underdog will be Brent Rooker.
Rooker is quite the underdog.
Yeah.
What's Buxton at? Do we know what he's at? Plus
I didn't see what
950.
950.
Plus 950.
Wow.
So I'll put a simple bean on a buck and to win 950. Let's see what happens.
That's good. I like that. All right, we'll do the rest of ours coming up with AJ Kratz and myself. We'll do another segment coming up, but there you have it from Todd Father himself. He'll be on the call with Carl Ravitch and Eduardo Perez. We're going to talk about the home run derby fields in 20 seconds for the TV crowd coming right back. And we're at Truist Community Corner in Atlanta. So if you're in the Battery, come swing by and watch the show. In the weeds, let's dig into the home run derby field now that it's set. And it took a second to reset because remember the last guy named in for the 8 was Jazz Chisholm. That was, I think, on Thursday. And then on Friday, we find out that Ronald Acuna dipped out. He's having some back issues. He just came back from the knee surgery. Nobody's faulting Ronald, who loves to play ball. I mean, he tries to convince the Braves to let him play more winter ball. So it sucks to not have him in, but then they do the right thing here. No, AJ, replace him with a guy so that they have someone from Atlanta.
Yeah, you
one of
gotta
the
have
big home run bats.
You got to have a hometown guy.
Yeah. So this is cool. This was the right move.
100%.
Okay.
Yes. As much as it stinks that Acuna's not in it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Olsen being in was the right move.
Premier power bat in the league for a while. 2 years ago, led baseball in homers with, I think, 53 or 54. I mean, he deserves to be here.
100%.
Yeah.
At home, he's going to hit the chop house like 6 times. I can't wait to see how far the ball flies here because we've been watching the humidor balls here because it's the second highest elevation here. And now they're going to use the home run derby balls. No humidor. These Johns are going to go.
No humidor.
They're
And
so far.
the weather is perfection for balls flying because
It's
there's
just
actually a threshold where if it's too hot, then like there's a median range where it's like I don't know what it is, like 80 to 95 or something like that, where the ball will travel the furthest,
Jim
and we're in
Pierzynski's
that.
out there. We should have got him in here.
Yeah.
Listen, 5 out of the 8 guys are left-handed. I think they have advantage. With Cal Raleigh can go both ways. Who's hitting first? Who's hitting last? James Wood, a guy got some light tower power. Who's going to hit the furthest home run? O'Neal Cruz might be that guy. Buxton. I mean, he's hit a ball what 480 plus already this year, if not over. Just a lot of good backstories here. Cal Raleigh's brother is going to be catching. We want to get him mic'd up. I think that'd be pretty cool. Jazz Chisholm, he's got stepfather throwing to him. I think that's awesome.
Oh, that's
as well.
cool.
Is he going to take it serious? He just came off injury too with an oblique. So, there's a lot of things to take into consideration about all these guys. I mean, it's just really cool. Junior Caminero, he's electric too with the home run he hit overseas. Is he going to have that energy when he comes to play? So it's going to be a tough one to pick, but at the same time, I think it's going to be one of the most electric ones we're going to see.
How much does stamina matter later on?
Big time, especially in this heat. Yeah, there's no AC in this one. And I always tell everybody, drink your electrolytes, don't chug it in between. You don't need extra swings. AJ, you've done it before, but never time. But at the same time, like people get in the cage and they get after it every time. You're just going to drain yourself.
Beforehand. Guys get after it
and in
before.
between.
And in between. Guys will go in between and take more swings.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Just so they stay
warm,
hot? Yeah.
stay loose.
Stupid, right? I mean, hey,
The less
if the
swings,
guy
better
waits,
as far as I look at
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Especially when it's 150 degrees in Atlanta. And, you're
And it's
full
not the
swing.
number of swings. Before it was like the outs, so you could take your time.
Yeah.
Now you got to be fresh for that, and that's another reason. James Wood is going first. For me, he's going to have to sit through 7 other guys and then go again. What if he wins the first round? He's going to have to sit through 3 other guys after that, so he'll have to watch 10 guys hit before he has to go again. But he's young.
Is that good or bad? Because like you do you get cold or do you get some rest?
It's a little bit of both. But again, you want to get on a bike, get on a cage, something just to keep moving. Like when I did it, my brother threw to me, I just played pepper in the cage. I just wanted to keep moving, not aggressively. I was just hitting and I would like barely touch the back of the net just so that my body was still in that motion to swing.
So you'd run inside and do that, and then close to when it's your time, come back out.
Yeah, so I went back in my locker. I would sit there in the cool air. Cincinnati was disgustingly hot.
Yep.
Drink the Pedialyte that I was drinking, maybe have a banana in between, and get on the bike pedal, watch it while I'm doing it. Nice, easy pedal. And then 2 guys in front of me, I got in the cage just playing pepper. That's all.
Is it more tiring than playing a 9-inning game?
Oh, my God, yes.
It is?
Oh,
More?
my God. Absolutely.
Like not even close.
Not even
How
close.
much more tiring is it?
20 times more time.
Wow.
Yeah, you're exhausted. If you do the 3 straight round, if you do 1 round, no. But if you make it to the championship, it's draining. I did 4 minutes. Each round was 4 minutes long.
Jeez.
It goes 3, then it goes to 2. And
Yeah, it's
then-
different now.
So
Yeah, they tightened it up. Okay. Size up the field. What do you like?
yeah.
You can give your winner here, and we'll do it again later. But
Camaro's
and why?
going to win because he announced it on our show that he wanted to be in it. So therefore, he's got to win. And then he got in. So, yeah, it's got to be Junior.
Who else do you like? If you're like, all right, if he doesn't win, I could see.
I like Cal because Cal is bigger. Cal's, to me, has the least violent swing out of everybody else. And so he can just kind of flick balls. And Olsen also can just flick balls to left, to center, to right. Cal's not feeling a left-handed. He can always just switch sides and then try the other side. I mean, those are the 3 for me that I like.
You?
I would say I have 1A and 1B. James Wood and Junior Caminero. I just think there's something about Junior Caminero being able to go opposite field. If it's not flying to left for some reason or it's easier, he can dump a few over that wall. And I think the young guys, the youth, plays in the sport.
Yeah, for me, I'm also with AJ. Obviously, I'm biased because the guy announced it on our show. But also, I like to try and pick a guy who's on the younger side. That doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, Todd, Father, you called it last year. Teoscar Hernandez won, and he was probably one of the older guys in the Derby, because the Derby will have a lot of 22, 23, 24-year-olds. Teo's probably 30-ish.
He had some easy pop too. It was,
Yeah.
always popping off his bat. So
Easy loft. Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
To me, it'll be different. It'll be
Why?
different because last year the ball was not traveling like it's
There
going
weren't as many home runs. If you hit
Here in
15, 18 range, you had an opportunity to move up. There wasn't many 25s to 35s at all, if any, if you want the truth, if I recall. So we'll see how much the ball does.
What's weird about this place is the first couple years when it opened, everyone was talking about how the ball was flying. And over the last few years, it's kind of almost been more, it's almost flipped. And I don't know if it's a humidor or what, but it's weird because, this place, the first couple years, it was like, boop, get a ball up in the air. It's way out of here.
It was like in the second deck over the bullpen.
Yeah,
and,
it's changed.
it
I don't
left.
know what they changed, but they changed something. It's like Toronto. Toronto used to be one of the best hitting parks in the world.
well,
They
that
moved
was,
the fences, and now it only can barely.
that was different construction.
Yeah, but they didn't. It's not like they changed the building.
Yeah, it's true.
A lot of it has to do with airflow, is what I heard.
That's what I'm saying.
And they don't even, I don't know if I'm sure there's a way to test this out, but some of it's like you don't know until they actually change the structure renovation wise. And then they're like, it's not traveling there anymore. That's happened. Didn't that happen in San Diego where nothing was moving for X amount of years and then something went up or down?
All the buildings went up.
A lot of the buildings went up.
I mean, it's like
Ballpark in Arlington,
yeah, but that was because the wind came in and went out.
and
It was
they glassed it up before they tore it, or before they moved the new stadium. They put glass in the suites behind, and then the wind wasn't flying out, and it became more of a pitcher's park.
Yeah. Well, Globe Life this year is the #1 pitchers park in baseball.
It's gigantic.
Yeah.
And they have good pitchers.
And Atlanta's usually up there in terms of the power department. So it's a better
It's
show for
It's
fans.
like the old Metrodome when they used to say the Twins would turn the fans on behind when they were hitting and turn them off when the visiting team was hitting. Which
And you're like,
I was like, man, they never turned it on when I hit.
I know the air conditioner guy.
Yeah, seriously.
what they have here, whatever made it, if the Braves know what made it like squash some home runs, turn it all off. Whatever it is, I want to see balls. I want to see 515 feet tonight.
That's what everyone wants. Remember Miami? Also, I think Giancarlo and Judge were in there. And it's not easy to hit balls out of that park, but whatever they did, however they were
Balls
juicing
are
those
different.
balls,
Balls are different.
it was flying.
He hit the
Balls
roof.
are different. Todd, you know the balls are different for the home
Todd,
run.
I need a ball. Give me a ball. I'm
want
coming
a
to your
derby
house
ball?
on Friday. I want a big league all-star. I want the home run derby
You want
ball.
the color? What is
You want a tight.
Because I want to see outside. I've never seen how small.
Oh, they're not
Sorry.
smaller. They're just harder.
That's why
They're the same ball. They're
wanna
just
see it.
like
They're-
rock
they're
hard.
wound- I think
Let's
they're
go.
wound a little more tight.
Listen,
I'll be at your house.
one that gave it away to me was, I don't know what year it was in Detroit. The home run derby was in Detroit. Bobby Abreu in
Yes.
Detroit hit one in right field over the stands, up like on top. And you cannot hit a ball. You could stand at second base and guys couldn't hit a ball there. And he did it in
And
the
he-
home run derby. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
The one that was for me was Judge in Miami, and literally since then, NASA has come out and said their engineers said the roof cannot be hit, physically cannot be hit, but they were going with the dimensions of a real baseball, normal humans, and so you put those two together, and he hit the roof.
So it was not a real baseball or Judge is an alien.
Sammy Sosa in Milwaukee was incredible too.
Oh,
Oh my
out
God.
the window?
Yeah, but
he hit balls out the window.
He had he opened a fine bottle of wine, took the cork out, put it in. No, he
I
didn't care for
That
that.
whole home run derby, I was at that All-Star game. That whole home run derby was ridiculous. Giambi was hitting balls to right that were,
Oh,
in the upper deck,
Upper.
like over the upper deck out there. Sammy was hitting them out the window.
I'm sure.
But I forgot my guy Torrey Hunter was in that. He had no chance against those guys. I'm like, Torrey, yeah.
it was just a Jerickson Profar All-Star game. Home run derby.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there were some advantages back then that made it a little bit lopsided. Anyway, all right, Todd Father's going to go. We got Dale Murphy coming up. Good to see you, dude.
Yeah, good
Have
to see
fun
you
tonight.
guys. Let's
Yeah,
go.
enjoy it.
Well,
Swing
we're
it
gonna
by,
be
man.
fast.
Yeah, we'll be watching and listening.
Let's go.
Todd Father tonight on ESPN.
Give
All
me
right,
some tickets to the derby, Todd. Let's go. Get it
Boom,
done.
boom. T-Fam will be right back with Dale Murphy.
The way to buy, sell, or trade your cards is Arena Club. It is the top marketplace in the biz to get that done. And Kratz, we love the slab pack situation because rolling through a ton of cards, physically opening them, finding all kinds of commons that end up folded or in the garbage is old news. Why not get a slab pack and get a chance at a card worth thousands of dollars?
I was a common card. It's okay if you don't get me in your slab pack because you put as little as $25 into for a slab pack and you could pull out something that's worth thousands of dollars. And it's a keepsake that you get to wait, you know what? It might be worth this much today, but I get to watch the value grow.
And right now you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/foul and use the code FOUL. That's 20% off your first card purchase or slab pack at arenaclub.com/foul, code FOUL.
And we're back on FT Live. You can see us all across Atlanta right now on all the TVs, on the home of the Braves channel, of course, and then, of course, on YouTube, podcast, the whole deal. Our first guest of the day down in Atlanta, legendary Atlanta ball player, two-time MVP, seven-time All-Star, a ton of Silver Slugger and Gold Glove awards as well. Dale Murphy joining us. Dale, good to see you. Thanks for swinging by, Murph.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun. Just being here in Atlanta, with the All-Star game, it's a big celebration really of baseball. And so, and I've seen some old teammates and some old guys I played against, and the whole atmosphere, it's always fun to be here. Thanks for having me on.
You still can play. You look like you still can play. I mean, you are in shape.
Thank you.
He says,
yeah. What was that you said? Yeah. Get my megaphone. I do have hearing aids.
Then you couldn't hear anything.
But
he's booing you if you're have the hearing aid.
True.
Just pop it out.
That's true. I didn't get booed too much in Atlanta. It did happen in Philly.
I was just saying, Philly might have gone not good.
Oh, but I had good experience in Philly. They love you, but they let you know if you need to pick your game up a little bit. But anyway, thank you, AJ. I wish I could play. There's not a day that doesn't go by. I'm sure we're all the same. You wish you could put on that uniform and get out there. You miss it so much.
I'm just going to jump right in. How are you not in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, thank you.
I'm serious. Like, how are you not? We rattled off some of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
How are you not in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I knew when I retired, I had a lot of people very optimistic, but in my heart, I knew it was going to take a while. I knew it wasn't going to be smooth, but I was on the original ballot for 15 years when it was 15 years. And, I'm thankful the Hall of Fame recognized the guys in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They've changed the voting. So I'm on that era committee, the modern era, and I'm eligible again in December. I've been on it a couple of times, making a little progress. So I appreciate the support, and we'll see what happens. I got a shot. Thank
Good.
Do you want it? Like this? Like because
you.
I've
Well,
seen guys.
no, I know
like,
what you mean.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I think people once said, one of the requirements of being in the Hall of Fame is you should think you belong. I think there's a spot there for me, but I'm not with a first ballot guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think there's a spot there for me, and I'm blessed in so many ways. It would be an incredible, exciting feeling for me and Nancy and the kids and grandkids. But I'm kind of philosophical about it. I would love that honor. That would be it would blow me away if it happened.
I have a question on this. So, did you ever connect with a writer that didn't vote for you and be like, just curious,
Okay.
why did I fall short? Or did you ever catch an article where they said,
Yeah.
I'm not voting for him, he's on the cusp, but I'm a no, and here's why? There are some writers that are also just the super small ballot. They put one or two people on there. They're in another category.
Right.
But was there anything that stood out to you because you're looking at your career, your accolades, and you're like, what am I missing?
I think the one thing people mentioned to me, and it is true, my last couple of years there was drop off. The Hall of Fame typically likes to see a good steady, but I can't. There's no debating that. But
that's called being a human, by the way.
Yeah.
Humans get older and drop off. Sometimes we have
banged up, but you don't think, hey, if I retired right now, I'd have a better shot at getting the big leagues instead of tacking on these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean at the Hall of Fame.
yeah.
So you just play, you let things happen. I retired in '93. I was ready to retire. But like I say, I have a lot of people support me within the voters, and we'll see what happens. This new ballot has helped a lot of us guys that played predominantly in the '80s, and I can't think of them now, but Lee Smith. I think Fred McGriff got in on this.
Yeah.
Who should have been in?
Yes.
Before
Harold Baines was
Lee should have been. Harold, and I think Alan Trammell. So what I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm thankful Hall of Fame recognized that and changed the voting a little bit, because remember what happened before? You were all lumped in with veterans. There were 2,000 of us. Now they've split it up into eras, and they can kind of focus in on what you did. So I'm thankful for that.
I like that. What do you think of this whole area that they put together?
This battery and the thing the Braves did, as you guys know, there's been people from all over the world that seen this is the model. What can I say except it's I've heard the word used earlier, electric.
Yeah, that's right.
It's electric. Yeah. I was here for the World Series in what was it, 21?
Yep, 21.
There were 50,000 people outside, and of course 45, whatever is inside. I think they bumped it to 47. The whole thing, the energy created, and just the financial model, another big stream of revenue around the stadium, which I played in an era with a round stadium and 10,000 parking spaces around it. This is the model that people are trying to figure out, that all the next stadiums and of every sport are going to be modeled on this. And people, if they don't have it, they're going to try to retrofit some kind of mixed use facility near the ballpark.
There are a lot of very jealous owners across the sport that we have heard from that are looking at this model and saying, not only is it beautiful and a great fan experience, it's a cash cow because you can own a small town that is dedicated to the sport.
Right. And another little tidbit is they don't have to share that revenue.
Yes.
Everything inside the ballpark is shared. And this is all Braves and Liberty Media. So
they need to pay you more.
Yes. Me?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
I keep telling people, I played a day for half of what they're making. Of course, half is 25 million. But anyway,
but you guys also fought for them to be in this spot.
Well, no, it all works together. They can afford to bump their payroll, which when they opened, I don't. Their payroll's steadily gone up. Now, Liberty Media has thoughts about luxury tax and things like that. But the point is, it doesn't guarantee, as you guys know, it doesn't guarantee you a World Series championship. But to be competitive, typically your salary structure needs to be near the top 10. There's always some exceptions to that. But since the Braves have kind of created this thing, it all blends together to pursuing the best players that they can and giving the people the product that they deserve. There's some other ball clubs I won't talk about that I'm not so sure how much they're investing in their players.
Yep.
And the product they're putting on the field. I'll just leave it at that. But the Braves are, doing a great. This is incredible. The whole battery, Atlanta, and everything.
Did you ever think when you were at the old launching pad that this is what the Braves would turn into? Because I mean, I've told you the story. I came up one time. I grew up a Braves fan.
Yeah.
And people that don't know, this was my favorite player.
know.
And when I first met him, I was with my son. We're in spring training in Atlanta. He's on the field, and my son's with me. And I was like, oh, my gosh. And my son is like, Dad, who is that? He hadn't, he was done. And I was like, that was like my favorite player growing up. So I got to meet Dale and become friends with Dale. And, and so like this is like, wow, this is the guy I watched. Because people don't remember you were a catcher.
Yeah, I was catcher.
And then you became a center fielder.
I still am a catcher at heart, AJ.
Yeah.
You know what?
What was the story? You couldn't throw it to center. You kept putting it in center field.
I had a little bit of throwing issue, but I ended up catching about 80 games in the big leagues. So I kind of got out of it, but it wasn't really. We had Bruce Benedict coming up, who was, much better, and then they moved me to first base. I was tall. I think I led the league in errors at first. Bobby called me up in the fall of '79 before 1980 spring training. He goes, Murph, we're come to spring training ready to play the outfield. I was like, do I have a choice? He's like, there's a long pause. He goes, no, not really, man. You be ready to play the outfield. It saved my career, longevity to my career, everything. So Bobby Cox, I always say Bobby saved my career, and I had my best years under Joe Torre, and I'm very, very fortunate and very lucky. But just to see what, guys that played in the 70s and 80s and before, things were small. Everything was small. This city was smaller. These organizations, the ball club has grown and grown and grown. Did I ever see anything like this? I don't know if anybody did, except I do know that down at Turner Field, the Braves in the city were trying to negotiate something, trying to figure out how to do that down there.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out, so the Braves moved here. But Nancy and I couldn't be more thankful to be blessed to play with the Braves organization. And then be on TBS. The whole TBS thing was a remarkable thing as well.
That was growing up in Florida. We had the Braves. We didn't have the Rays. We didn't have the Marlins.
Yeah.
I told you, we drove up one 4th of July from Orlando, get up here, get to the hotel. My parents didn't put the suitcases in the car. We had no clothes. So we drove from Orlando to Atlanta.
Just to
did not have
works in the game.
Did not have the suitcase, right? And then we come to the game. I think you guys were playing the Mets.
You didn't come for that game, did you? The one that
not the 20-inning game where Rick Camp hit the home run. No,
because that was a July 4th.
Yeah, I think it was a different year, but
it was after. Yes.
So, but there was a fly ball in the 9th inning. I'll never forget. Mel Hall was in left field.
Yeah,
and he dropped it, and you were standing right next to him, and it cost you guys a game. And I was like, why did he just let Murray catch?
I should have called him.
I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. What's he doing? You guys lost. I was like devastated. I was like, what a trip. We forgot our luggage. And then they dropped the ball. I'm like, just
that's awesome. Yeah, we all got good memories. It's been fun to see guys I played with over the alumni house, and just thankful. 25 years ago, I was honorary captain when it was last year at Turner Field. So your time starts moving faster, and very, very lucky. Very
seven All-Stars, right?
Yeah, 7.
You ever think about not showing up for one of them? Like you're like 5th or 6th one, you're like,
well,
I don't think I'm going to go.
Yeah, there's always kind of the players who have been part of it know that it's a drain. I mean, you're traveling. There's a lot of things you got to do, but I wouldn't have missed it for anything. I only got into the playoffs once as a player, and so, there's a similarity, not the same as the playoffs in the World Series, but there's an excitement, and the crowd's different. You can just feel it. And I never thought about missing them. I was just lucky to, be a part of it. Little tidbit. I think I was in the first home run derby at an All-Star game.
Really?
Ever? Well, that's what people tell me. 1985 in Minnesota, we're taking BP, and they go, "Hey, you guys want to be in a home run derby?" We're like, "Yeah, whatever," And we played American League against National League. Played about 3 or 4 innings. I hit 4, I think. I don't even remember the format, but it was league against league. And people say that was the first of what started happening every All-Star game. Now it's become huge. I don't think the winner's got $1 million back in '85. What's the winner? What's the winner get?
$1 million.
$1
million. Yeah,
$1 million. And
that was like 5 years for you.
Yeah,
More than me.
I can't complain. And Nancy and I talk about it. Everybody asks us about the money players make. I made top dollar back when I played. I made more money than Hank Aaron. I mean,
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just thankful. I think every generation kind of played when they were supposed to play.
Yeah.
Did you feel like when you were making that much and you look at a guy like Hank Aaron, you're like, and then you talk, like, do you remember how that era of players talked about how much money you were making, and then now you're talking about the era that
it's funny you say that. You used to have a lot more old timers games in the '80s, and guys like Warren Spahn and Hank, and guys would come into our clubhouse, and they just thought the clubhouse was way over the top,
illustrious, like nice.
And I'm talking about.
Have you walked in the one here?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. If I go into the one now, I'm going to think the same thing. I'm like, wait, they got chefs? They got a nap room? I may never get out of that nap room if I had one of those. Exactly. Just on the training table, taking a nap.
Yeah.
So, like I say, every generation is better. These are better athletes. These things these kids do, and I was at the draft last night for a while, watching these high school kids, and it's a different brand of baseball when you play that much as a kid and train. We were told not to lift weights too heavy because we'd get muscle bound.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like finally about mid '80s they got, no, we should start lifting weights.
I tell the story all the time. When I first came up with the Twins, we didn't even have a strength coach or a weight room. Tom Kelly was like, "Do not touch your weight."
Remember the Nautilus machines?
Yeah.
Well, we put some in our little lobby area of the. We didn't have a weight room, but they stuck them in this little room. And Phil Necro sat on it. He looked around. He goes, "How do you turn this on?" So we didn't even know what we were supposed to do with them.
Yeah.
But so I guess my point is that this generation and of all sports, they training, they're taking better care of themselves. They understand diet and hydration. I mean, they know stuff that we just didn't think about. The fields now, we didn't have that technology. We didn't. I was at Fulton County Stadium one night. I looked down and I did a double take at the ground. It had been spray painted. It's just it was dirt until about 15 minutes before the game, and they spray painted it. So the technology, the fields, obviously radar and TrackMan and everything, it's completely different. But these athletes, they're incredible.
All right, so I have to bring up some that people always ask. I'm sure they've asked you a million times. For another Braves Hall of Famer, Tom Glavine, once was given the order to hit you. Have you guys talked about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And was Glav like, "I'm so sorry, I had to"?
It was.
Luckily, Glavine didn't throw hard.
Yeah.
Particularly.
I think Glav wanted to hit me, but he didn't want to hurt me. I guess. So I'll try to not make it a long story, but my first time back here as a Philly, they had a thing for me. And it was kind of weird because I was in a Philly uniform. I wasn't retired, but they wanted to have a thing my first day back. And we had a fight that night. And with Otis Nixon.
Yeah.
Otis charged the mound, spiked our pitcher. Well, we went back to play the Braves. I'll try to make this quick. Went back to play the Braves in Philly, and it was the last time. Remember, we weren't in the same division.
Yeah.
So we didn't play them that much. It was our last thing. About the 8th inning of our last game of the series, Roger McDowell, who, interestingly enough, as you know, ended up being pitching coach.
I was here with him for 2 years.
He loved him.
Yes.
Roger hits Otis and Bobby, as Bobby would do, freaked out. He goes, "We're hitting the next guy up. We're hitting the next guy up." And Glad walks down, looks at the line, he goes, "Bobby, it's Murph." And Bobby goes, "I don't care who it is." I'm sure he might have said something else. We're hitting him. So Glad gets out there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," it was just awkward. I'm like, I think he might throw at me. So, I was kind of hanging loose. And then he threw inside. Then he threw inside again. And the third time he tried, I was out of the batter's box. He's like, it was awkward. We talked after the game. He goes, "Murph," I go, "Hey, it's over." It's one of those weird things that happens in baseball. So.
That's like when Jim Thome got hit by a guy, and he had to charge them out, and then they went to dinner because I think he was with Philly. It was Cormier, the left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
And they were friends, and he hits them, and he charges them out, and
then they go out to dinner.
And then they went to dinner after the game.
Like, hey,
it happens
on the field,
Yeah,
but
that's funny.
Yeah, so it was just one of those weird things.
It just happened to be you.
Yeah, and we weren't going to play him again that year.
Yeah,
and what happened was Roger didn't hit Otis till the 8th inning of the final game that we were going to play him that year. It could have got resolved, but the starter and what's so interesting too is Bobby hires Roger as his pitching coach a few years later and loved Roger. Yeah, loved him.
All right, I got a fan question here, super chat from Route. Dale Murphy, definitely Hall of Fame player. Question for Dale: why did he retire at 398 home runs?
Well, I was done. I wasn't hitting that well. I was in Denver. I was in Denver before Coors Field. It was Mile High Stadium. Mile High was about 240 to the left. It was short. And I couldn't hit one out of there, and so I'm kind of thinking, I don't think I can hit one out of anywhere. It's time. But I was hurt. I wasn't totally hurt. The Rockies had me for a couple months, and Don Baylor said, "Hey Murph, we're going to move on." I was like, I'm ready to hang it up. And
okay,
I had plenty of hanging sliders to hit in my years at playing. I missed. I should have well over 400, but.
Hey, fans like the nice even numbers, but that's for
baseball.
398.
Yeah,
that's just how it is.
Fred stopped at 493 or something.
Yeah.
Well, Freddie, I'm so happy to see him in.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for him.
Yeah, me too.
Are you two the nicest guys in the world, you and Fred?
I've been called a lot worse. I played in Chicago, and the bleacher bums called me a lot.
Yeah.
So
me both. We do have that. We have that in common.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I just, I feel very lucky to play the sport I loved, and Mary and Nancy was the most important thing. She's kept me focused on what's more important. We got great kids and grandkids, and I'm just very, very lucky, and I try to remember to be respectful of people. I think the challenge for players is you try to protect your privacy, especially when you're playing. And some people interpret that as being rude, but you're trying to manage that notoriety at the same time as. So I think, it's sometimes it gets out of balance a little bit, but I try to, just remember that I was lucky and not any different than anybody else.
Last one, from a business perspective. So it's a two-parter. One, can you tell us about the restaurant? Right?
Yeah.
And then two, are you part of a group that's trying to get a ballpark or a ball club in Utah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the restaurant's good news, bad news.
Okay.
Where we're at, and we've had a lot of people during the All-Star week over by the village. We're right over there at the village, by the village. But that area is renovating. They're renovating. So we have to close.
Okay.
And whether it'll be a year and a half, so by then, we've had a great experience over there.
Okay.
Murph's, if I can put a plug in, come on by. We're going to be open until mid-August.
There you go. So that's for everyone to know that's watching right now. Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
And the last one on Utah.
Yeah. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I was part of their group, but I live in Salt Lake about 8 months out of the year. I'm here about 4, and they have a great group. And Big League Utah, we're working every day. Great ownership group. The Miller family that owned the Jazz and they've owned the Bees AAA team for 25 years. Salt Lake has completely changed the last 25 years. It's great demographics, great ownership group. We're excited. And we'll see when the commissioner and the players and owners get together and decide to expand. It sounds like Nashville's a good front runner, but they're going to expand too.
One's going to be on the
I think
west side of the country.
Yeah, got to get different parts of the country. So we're definitely in the mix. I'm personally very optimistic.
Yeah, I think they have a good shot.
Yeah,
I think Portland's trying too, but
Portland has still got
Salt Lake City sounds like they have maybe a
Salt
better
Lake City,
chance.
Portland are the most active groups. I think Orlando started a group.
Oh yeah, so we
Look,
you're on the West Coast.
Yes, and have you been working with that group?
Yeah, I know the group. Yes.
Yeah.
The difference in Orlando and what you guys want. You guys want an expansion team.
Yeah.
Orlando doesn't want an expansion team. They want a team about an hour west, an hour east.
I've heard about that team.
Yeah.
And I think I understand that.
Yeah. So
Bradenton Pirates?
Yes, the Bradenton Marauders. The Bradenton Marauders.
I was going to say the Tarpons?
Lakeland Flying Tigers.
Yes.
But I played in Salt Lake in AAA. I love Salt Lake. People ask me all the time, what was your favorite city? I'm like, Salt Lake City is unbelievable.
No, it is great. And I've lived there since I retired. Nancy and I had our family here. All our kids were born here, but we love it out there. It's a great place. And we're excited. They're everywhere I go, people said, what is going on? We're ready to go. So they got a lot of good things in their favor.
Where would they put the stadium? They put it downtown?
There's a brand new airport. It'd be right between downtown and the airport.
Okay.
Called the Power District. That it's ready to go. It's actually shovel ready. I mean, they're ready to break ground.
So they wouldn't have to do a fake shovel groundbreak?
Right, they do a real groundbreak.
So they would actually put the shovel in a ground. And
yes.
Would you have a shovel?
Yeah. Well, I was at the. Do I have a shovel to break ground?
Yeah, they break ground. Would you be one of the guys with the shovel?
They've already broken ground because actually they're going to develop that area anyway and save 10, 12 acres for the ballpark.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Love
All right,
that.
well, we're rooting for you. Good luck. We'll keep an eye on all that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Optimistic.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Murphy.
Thanks,
Good to see
guys.
you.
I loved it. And it's always fun to talk baseball and have fun the next couple of days.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. Dale Murphy with us on FT. We'll swing right back, and we'll go over the draft from last night. Time for Truist Money Moves. Let's hit the draft because a lot of youngsters just got a lot richer, including the youngest number 1 overall pick ever and the youngest pick in the draft yesterday, Eli Willits. Number 1 overall. Shocker. We're going to have hot sheet later from here. Baseball America hot sheet. I'll be hosting. JJ Cooper's here. We'll have some others joining us remotely, and we're going to go full scale through the entire draft. So if you want to nerd out on the draft, we'll do that, but we'll give you the big picture right now. I know at least for the top 2, people were like, huh?
No, okay, so here's something that happened, and I again, hearsay because I was here last night. I went over to the draft.
Yeah.
Willits, the Nationals, we all know it's about pool. We all know it's about how much money you have. From what I was told, nobody was even talking about Willits being the first pick until about 24 hours before the draft. And then people here started hearing it because they usually get deals done before, and he probably took less money to be the number 1 pick. And I don't think that everyone expected Holiday to go 1. And it actually fell to a perfect team for him and his family. Colorado, one they know well, but maybe he wasn't willing to take a little bit less, because what I was hearing is he was going to take maybe a little less to be the one like his brother was 1-1, but Willits apparently maybe whatever.
Probably took even less.
Congratulations to Willits,
Awesome.
Eli Willits.
Here's my thing, though. If you're going to make a pick based on money over your board, which the Nationals claim he was number 1 anyway.
They have to say,
they have to say that. I don't
really
believe
think
it.
Travis Bazana last year was number 1 over some of the guys that went behind him.
I do not.
Okay. Then.
So this is my thing with the number 1 overall pick is that you don't get it often, especially nowadays with the lottery. You better nail it. So if you're saving money to get someone later on, that's fine. That works sometimes. But if it doesn't, catastrophe in my mind. If we look back and we say, how did they miss on Ethan Holiday or Seth Hernandez? And we go, oh, well, they saved money for Joe Schmo in round 2, and he never made it. Travesty.
They're trying to spread their money out, trying to get the most they can out of it. And this is not taking anything away from Eli Willits. Eli graduated high school early to be able to go into the draft when some people, even in his own family, were like, I wouldn't. He moved up to like top 10 pick. He was on the top 10 board pre-draft. And you know what? He took advantage of it. But as an organization, do you want to go all in on one guy? Or do you say that's too much of a crapshoot? We're just going to – because they're going to all spend their pool money.
Yeah, it's not being cheap just for –
No.
cheapness all the time. But for this money moves conversation, you spend the money that you're given for the draft.
I think the Nats had like 15 or 16 million. The highest was the Orioles, shocker. They just build up pool money for the draft. But
yeah, of course.
So they're spreading that 15 million out. Can they go and get Joe Schmo, like you said, in the 3rd round, who says, no, I'm not signing for anything less than $1 million? Well, that's more than you're going to get in the 3rd round. So they go and get it. It's a move. But honestly, now too, nobody's around to take credit for it. Mike Rizzo's not there.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I mean, they have other guys there. Everyone else is still intact. I know what you're saying. I mean, but Rizzo did.
Well, this is Rizzo's fault. Like, if it doesn't work out, they can be like, it's Rizzo's fault.
Yeah, but Rizzo didn't make this pick. The new GM made this pick.
Right.
So they'll be like, well, he told us to make the pick.
No.
Because they negotiate with the guys pretty late, pretty close to
That's
draft
why it
time.
changed the day before. They were like, whoa, we can get him for, save 400, 500,000, and we can use it. Because you have to understand how the draft works now. Every kid is called before the draft and said, hey, what's your number? Right? They call you and say, what's your number? And whatever number, some kids price themselves out of getting drafted at all because, but when you talk about the pool money, it's about the top 10 rounds. And after you get past the 10th round, you can offer kids whatever. You can take a 20th rounder and offer them $2 million if you have it left over. So it's all about that, right? So that's why you'll see some kids that were, it's not about what round you're drafted in. It's about how much money you'll accept because it doesn't matter. You can be a first because teams will take college seniors, the 7th, 8th, 9th round, sign them for $50,000. Be like, we're going to draft you, and you have to sign for $50,000, and you have nowhere else to go. And they have to sign, and then they save the slot money, and they can use it after the 10th round or in the 10th round to get kids that they're willing to overpay for.
I want to know what seniors are getting now. As I signed, senior signed,
it's like $50,000.
$1,000.
No, I think it's 50. I think they have.
I think it's like 10.
No, I think it's. I
It was
think it's
1,000.
50.
I signed for $1,000, and that was like the standard senior sign.
I got to text JJ. We'll ask. We'll ask.
Yeah,
It depends also what we're talking about. A senior that's in the 5th round versus a senior in the 12th.
Doesn't matter. They'll do it. I'm telling you.
No, I know. I'm saying the low
Oh,
number though,
yeah.
I think is still in like the 10.
Because
5
what's
to
the
10
stop
range.
it? Because then you'd have all these teams drafting a guy or two in the seniors and saying $1,000. Like you got to get a little bit of a nick to their money.
Yeah.
It can't be 1,000 because it would be too low.
Right. Well,
Because then,
and again, we're getting into
you'd have
semantics.
then you'd like the Brewers and the Orioles had the most picks, right? Well, then they'd spend all their money on their first 5 rounds or first 5 picks, and then their 6 through 9, they'd be like, oh, we only have to spend $1,000 on these, right? No, I think it's 50 because they have to have a little nick where it
I'm
nicks
saying
their
it's-
pool.
I
I'm gonna
think
say
there's a
it's
slot range.
But either way, to me, the best story, Ethan Holliday's going to the Rockies.
That's cool.
I think it's cool. It's 1B best story. 2 kids from the same high school get picked in the first 10 picks.
3 kids in the first round.
No, in the first
That's
round.
part of
but
that story is they
10
didn't win. They
picks.
didn't win their state championship.
That is.
And they got more coming. They got more coming
baseball's
too. They got more
California
picks next year
baseball's
that are
better
better
than
first
Florida.
rounders.
Yeah, and when those 3 make the big league
On the
one day,
rankings.
we know what question AJ is going to ask them when they're on foul territory.
Why wouldn't you play First Academy?
And how did you guys not win
And
with 3 of you?
And not only that, how did you guys all get to the same high school?
Yeah, that's a little. That's
What part were you driving?
Mm.
nah.
Well,
question.
the Evil kids are 2 of them, and the kid next year is supposed to be better than his brother was
Yeah,
the first
Danny
round.
Ebles.
Dino Ebels, the third base coach for the Dodgers, his 2 kids. Then they had Seth Hernandez. They had the kid that went to.
Some of them coming in as a senior.
They went to the kid who went to Billy Carlson, who went to the White Sox, and those are 3 first rounders. The next year, Ebels' brother, and then they have a center fielder that's supposed to be a high pick next year too. There's 5. You got 5 first round picks on a high school team. You don't win your. Well, they don't do a state championship. They do like a Southern. They didn't win
But
that.
even still, that's even worse.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Didn't line up our pitching correctly for that one.
Yeah, you have Seth Hernandez.
That's crazy. But anyway, it was a wild start to the draft for a lot of people. Just even though there is more to the story with how the money gets allocated, for people to understand it was still wild because Tyler Bremner wasn't necessarily on many boards to go number 2 to the Angels. And guess what? He's actually starting on Friday for the Angels.
For the Angels.
Yeah, probably.
They said, hey, bud, Friday, you around? Yeah. Okay. We need you to go 6 on Friday. I'm kidding, but
if you get a call, you get a call from a team and it's the Angels, you're willing to take less because of the history. If you're a college kid, you're like, yeah, 100%. I would love to. I think Gage
organization matters.
I think Gage Wood going to the Phillies. A lot of guys will say his stuff can play in the big leagues right now. Are the Phillies willing to do it or not? I don't know. That's a reach because they have other guys. But if you're called as a second pick and you're like, no, I wanted $6 million, and they're like, well, the Angels want you. Will you take 5.5? Ooh, the Angels. Neto, Christian Moore, Shannowell, Ben Joyce, all dudes that got called up within the first year. Nobody wants to go to the Bushes. Nobody wants to go to the minor leagues.
If I was playing right now, that would be the number 1 team by far. Because also, it's not like a mess of a I mean, they haven't made the playoffs in a long time, but like they'll spend on the roster. There's some good names there, right? You get to play with Trout, and you get called up to the show if you're ready to go. That's the most enticing place by far. I agree.
Easily.
Wouldn't you feel that way? So if right now you're in high school, or let's say college, because they call it college.
Organization matters.
Guys.
Organization
You're-
matters.
You're a college player in the SEC. You're like an elite bat that could hit in the big leagues in a heartbeat. What's the number 1 team you're hoping picks you?
No, the Angels, especially if you're a college guy.
Yeah.
You could be there that year. They were going to call Christian Moore up that year.
They were.
But he got hurt.
Because college now
No, don't say it.
is using some of the development.
True.
And organizations are like, oh, well, these guys know how to read their track man. They know how to read what's going on. They're doing shifts. They have a pitch comm, not the same as a big league pitch comm, but they're using things that guys are like, hey, you know what? Or organizations are like, this is easy. We don't have to develop. We're not good at developing them. We'll pick them, throw them up there.
College is the new minor leagues. In some cases, they keep cutting minor league teams down. And then if you go to the right school, your facilities are worlds better than the minor league team that you're playing on.
Yes, but they're not teaching them they're teaching them to win. They're not developing the player like you develop in the minor leagues. Minor leagues doesn't do a good job of developing players to win. Most organizations. Some organizations keep prospects together and go, yes, you're going to stay together. You're going to learn to win, because there's a thing about winning. Like, you got to learn to win, but because in college they're like, well, we could develop you, or we could just do whatever it takes to win. That's different. That's why dudes are throwing 140 pitches in games.
True. I think there's a balance with some of the schools. That's how they recruit guys and say, hey, we're going to take care of you. And we have a pitching lab that 20 other big league teams don't even have. So come here, right?
But there's certain schools.
Like
there's certain schools that are pitching schools. There's certain schools that are hitting schools.
No doubt.
They have reputations. But for me, the organization is the thing, because organizations will rush you if you get drafted. There's certain organizations that hold guys down a little bit longer, and there's certain organizations that throw you right into the fire and say, go get them. And some new organizations are better at developing pitching. Some are better at developing hitters.
My only thing with Ethan Holiday is it's really cool and sentimental, but the Rockies are a mess right now, and they are one of the few teams that I think are worlds behind on information.
Yeah, but he has his dad. He has his dad, and if he hits, they'll bring him up.
He'll
quick.
do his own thing, right?
Yes.
And they know that.
Yes.
So it's different. Okay. If you have more thoughts on the draft or questions for us, hot sheet coming up later.
Look, it's Acuna.
Foul territory.
Zazuna
from the Braves.
We have a guy fully dressed in uniform who is not
Ozuna
playing
from the
in
Braves.
tonight's game. Anyway, all right, let's step aside. Richard Grisham is going to join us next for some video game talk, and then we're going to go over the All-Star starting lineups a little bit later on at the Truist Corner. Stop by. We're in the Battery. Say what's up. All right, we're back. We got a minute. Let's do a quick hitter question, then we'll do our segment. So just with the YouTube crowd right now. Andrew said, are you guys going to talk about the Angels and Rangers having no representatives at the All-Star game? And he said, why would either fan base watch? Well, I mean, you can watch other players. I think we don't need every team represented. And now we're in a position where Kikuchi's not pitching, so he doesn't go. What, MLB has to just keep going down the line and ask every Angel? Come on. I think that part is a non-story.
Sorry to that fan base, but to me, it's not like they had their guys in. They could show up and do the hat tip. I don't think they need to. You don't want them pitching. Like, they just pitched.
Yeah, and then you have the fans that don't want their guys pitching, so it's like you can't make everyone happy, but they cannot satisfy all 30. They get as close to it as possible. Do you think they even need to make sure that all 30 are represented?
I don't.
I don't either.
An all-star would be better to answer that.
I know it means something to some, and some kids are like, I want to see my guy there.
But then if they're not playing, if the Rockies didn't have Goodman this year, should there have been an all-star from the Rockies?
Absolutely
not. They have 22 wins. They're 22-74. Should they have had an all-star? I look at the White Sox. Shane Smith made it. Cool story. Should he have made the all-star team?
Well,
great. It's great for him.
Player, you should complain about that part too. Hey, so-and-so didn't make it. My guy didn't make it because we're playing that everyone gets a medal game.
Yeah, but you want every fan base. But the fact that they don't have anybody here for the fans to tune in, that's the thing. The reason a player makes it from every team is because MLB wants every fan base to be rep.
We're back. Let's talk MLB 9 Innings 25 and other platforms with our good friend Richard Grisham from Come to Us. Hey, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's All-Star weekend. I'm hanging out with my favorite people. What could be better than this, man?
We got a good setup here, too.
This is amazing.
It's a 1990s retro setup, which I know you were obviously watching ball like I was. Braves on TBS back then.
Superstation.
Superstation. And this they took from the clubhouse environment. Not as fancy as the clubhouses are nowadays.
Not quite.
They used to look like
Yeah,
That's what they look like in Cincinnati, like till 3 years ago.
that's right.
Story.
True.
They had to renovate that.
So first off, Richard, enlighten us on the games. Run through the titles for us.
Sure.
Obviously, we have a lot of baseball fans that are here that are watching the show live, but then
Yep.
also watching across the world on YouTube and through
Yep.
TV. What do we need to know about? Give us the new titles and what's happening.
So Come to Us makes 4 Major League Baseball games. People ask me all the time, why do you make 4 MLB games? And I say, first of all, how dare you, right? Come on. But, we make 4 MLB games because baseball is the best sport in the world. And as you guys know better than anybody, there's not one way to win, right? Some teams you build around starting pitching. Some teams you build around defense. Some teams you build around power. So when you make different games, you give different experiences to people. So we have MLB 9 Innings 25, which has been around, believe it or not, for 10 years. It continues to just be the most popular, most downloaded, most played mobile video game, mobile baseball game. We have MLB Rivals, which is brand new. I sort of compare it to like Rivals is kind of like the PS5 version of a mobile video game. It's really just the visuals really stand out. And we just started a really strategic deal with the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Rivals. So that's a really big part of that. We have MLB Perfect Inning, which is really sort of different in that I don't want to say it's more of a technical game, but it's much more like a really aficionados game. If you're really into sort of building a roster and compiling current players and legendary players. And then, of course, we have Out of the Park Baseball, which has the entire history of the game in it. It's like playing the baseball encyclopedia. So they're different games for different people, but there's no one way to play. Each game has its own vibe, its own community, its own nuances. And we just got this incredible suite of products that people love to play. And it's amazing to be able to deliver them to people all over the world.
Fantastic. Yeah, very cool. So give us a little more info on the Hall of Fame agreement and partnership for a long period of time here. And how much access that gives you to legendary names, which is a big deal in the gaming space, right? Yeah, the current players are super cool.
Yeah.
Love all that. But to be able to unlock names from the past is special.
And look, I know I'm biased because baseball is my favorite sport, but the Baseball Hall of Fame is the gold standard of Halls of Fame, right? So for us to be able to partner with them has been absolutely incredible. It unlocks the history of the sport in a way that nothing else does. So when we partner with the Hall of Fame, we have access to not just the plaques, not just the player rights, but also the artifacts. So, for example, the first time I went to the Hall of Fame, I was actually able to hold Babe Ruth's bat with gloves, but still I was holding Babe Ruth's bat, and we're able to incorporate those artifacts into the game. So you can not just sort of see a plaque, but you can, put the bat or Ty Cobb's cleats or, just the things that it opens up to you to be able to celebrate the game of baseball and the history of baseball and the names and, the good and the bad, right? Like baseball, like America, like the world, we have our ups and our downs, and it's all there. And the guys at the Hall of Fame, the guys and the gals at the Hall of Fame are incredibly generous with their time and with their knowledge. I just cannot say enough good things about the Hall of Fame and also what it brings to our games and the way that it opens up so much more fun stuff for our fans. It's unbelievable.
Are you able to, do you know the impact of how much you're growing the game? Because my son plays the game, and when he unlocks somebody, we're talking about the Hall of Fame guys, when he unlocks an older player, for me, it makes a connection with he and I because it was somebody that I watched. And he's like, dude, Mike Schmidt's grade in I forget which one if he was playing, if it was Rivals or not, whatever he was playing, he's like, Mike Schmidt's grade? He's right up there with some of the guys now, I'm like, dude, this is like one of the best, if not the best, third baseman of all time, and it makes a connection. But do you understand the sense of how much you're growing the game through these platforms?
Absolutely. And, one of the things that there's really two things that tell you, right? Number one is the community directly tells you what they think and what they feel. And when we released our the Hall of Fame, the first content, and we had a Derek Jeter card and a Greg Maddux card with the Hall of Fame logo and their plaques on it and their images, like just the direct feedback from the community was, this is amazing. And then when you're looking at the analytics, then you can see, oh, well, a whole lot more people are starting to play it now, and a whole lot more people are starting to play it. Like, you can hear it directly from the fans, but you can also see the impact analytically. And it really, Scott, you mentioned, like, we were working with the Hall of Fame for, these deals don't happen overnight, right? You have to come to an agreement, a partnership. And it was so personally and professionally rewarding to see that and to hear that, because it might not have happened, right?
Right.
And so when you're able to bring the deals to the table and make them happen, and then you deliver to the fans and they react, it's so professionally gratifying. It's a wonderful feeling.
What is the game a beginner should play? Which one is the one? And by the way, when can I play Todd and beat him again? And he still cries about that.
That was a walk-off. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
Tadahito Iguchi, is that who hit it?
Yeah, I think so. But I think I also hit a grand slam in the game off of like Homer Bailey or so. Todd was
it was not rigged.
No.
I know, it was just funny that's how it ended up working out. Yeah.
I think MLB Rivals might be a great entry point because it's new, and so its visuals kind of pop a little more. It does have the Hall of Fame stuff in it right now, and it's it tends to be a little more of a video game as opposed to 9 Innings, which is still very, very much a video game. But the vibe in 9 Innings is a little bit more about card collecting and roster building, and Rivals is a little bit more about gameplay and stuff. And when you see Derek Jeter and you see Greg Maddux, with 2025 visuals, it really hits hard. There's no bad answer, but you asked the question, I would say, give Rivals a shot. That's what I would say.
Well, Richard, we appreciate you stopping by. Awesome to see you. We're going to show a little trailer on the way out here, too, for MLB 9 Innings. You can scan the QR code that will show you coming up in a moment. There it is. Game is free. Get the best baseball game in the palm of your hands. Updated logos. The City Connects looking fresh in there. The graphics are off the charts, really, for all the games in the Come To Us family. But, Richard, before we throw to this, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. We had Dale Murphy on earlier, who we say is one of the nicest people in baseball, and same with you in the industry. It's awesome to work with you.
Thank you. And again, Scott, AJ, Kratz, you guys are the best. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, and have a great All-Star week.
Yeah, enjoy the couple days.
Yes, you too. You can hear, obviously, a lot more about those titles as we talk about them throughout the season. They sponsor segments, post-game shows, the whole deal. Here's a trailer, and then when we swing back, we'll get some fan questions live from Truist Community Corner.
I'll take it easy on you guys. Whatever.
Hey, Mike, you might want to back up.
Nah, bro, I'm good right here. Yeah, you got no chance of getting it out of the infield anyway.
Last time you gave me something to hit, I took you deep. Come on in here.
What was that? That's not fair. I wasn't even ready.
Save it, Junior. That's terrible.
Hey, Mad Dog, give me something to hit.
All right, back. We'll be with the TV crowd in 2 minutes. We'll get a fan question live here from Truist Community Corner. Before we get to that, just some stuff from the weekend to wrap up the All-Star break. We had a Byron Buxton cycle. Matt Boyd, who's an All-Star, pitched amazing against the Yanks. Gino Suarez finishes the break, I think, with 31 homers. Kyle Stowers, that was a 3-homer game. For me, that was it.
That was awesome.
You trade me 11-1. Marlins beat the crap out of the Orioles yesterday. 3-homer game. I was like, let's go. That's
Sorry.
revenge.
Byron Buxton's cycle, I can't believe like a cycle would be overshadowed, but 5 hits. He had a chance to come up. He had the bases loaded he had 2 more at-bats after he hit his 3 homers.
Right.
And he hit a rocket to right, and then he got a base hit with the bases loaded. But
he was dialed. He was dialed.
Everywhere, too. And it progressively kept getting longer and longer. It went center, right center, and then the last one was just a moonshot onto Utah.
19 homers. The Orioles basically said to him, you're not good enough to play with us every day. And he's like, cool. And then they trade him to the Marlins, and the Orioles could use him.
Wait. You told the Orioles to trade guys.
I did.
Yep.
I did. They picked wrong on this one, at least for now, right? I mean, Kyle Stowers has been beat.
He's been good. They could use him for sure.
The Marlins
for 35 homers.
For sure.
Now the Marlins are looking to trade him, too.
The Marlins are actually potentially trading him. Well, he's probably, 26, 27? This is prime time. And the Marlins are figuring they're a little bit of a ways away from contention. But that was awesome from the weekend. If we have time, we'll go over Ohtani. Red Sox and Brewers have huge winning streaks heading into the break. We've got a full show tomorrow to get into something.
So, by the way, most teams give the seniors $10,000, or they'll ask if they'll sign for $10,000, and then some teams are nice and will go 25 just to.
That's
cool
the framework from our draft.
Yes, from our draft conversation earlier. Yeah,
senior sign where you have basically no leverage, and it's 10.
Yes,
to 25.
Some teams do 10. Some teams are nice and say we give them 25 to be nice.
Cool. Okay.
Because what it does, it saves them money for after the 10th round. Then they can go into the 11th round and say, hey, we can overpay you. That's why the round doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It's better to be drafted in the 11th round sometimes than it is in like the 7th or 8th.
Yes.
Because you can actually get more money. And
Yeah,
that sounds crazy.
There's basically a cap from 1 through 10 that they have to mess with, and then it gets looser after that. For the people, this is a special one because we're doing it live from Truist Community Corner. We're in the Battery in Atlanta, and we've got a couple. So let's start with Austin, who's with us live. He has a mic. Take it away.
But it ain't the hitting coach. They fired the hitting coach and trying a new one this year, so it ain't the hitting coach because they struggled offensively last year. I think they have a couple guys that are a little bit – they have a lot of guys that are swingers. They don't have it's not a big mix of all these swings. Harris swings, right? Olson's probably the one guy that takes. Acuna swings. Murphy's a swinger, right? These guys are swingers. They're not like takers, Walker kind of guys. So I think they just have a lot of those guys, and it's not a lot of mix it up, this and that, and pitchers can figure out how to pitch to them.
That's tough. That's tough. I've looked at it plenty of times. Like, how does the entire team drop off? I'm not going to go into my conspiracy theory with the humidor and the ball not traveling as much, but hitting is contagious. That's such a cop out answer sometimes, but hitting is contagious. And when the team is not hitting and everybody's, day in and day out, they're fortunate. They play pretty much 7 of the same guys every single night. You get behind each other, and right now they haven't been doing it for about a year and a half.
And just for anyone that didn't hear the second part of the question, or really both parts, he was asking what's changed this year with the Braves offense. And then the secondary question for our guys, which you heard just now, was, hey, 2 years ago in 2023, they're smacking the crap out of the ball. Wait, there's an example from 2 years ago with the Texas Rangers. And now for the past 2 years, a very similar looking lineup is in a similar spot.
Less power, not driving the ball as much. And I don't think the whole team is hurt at the same time. Yes, there's injuries throughout that, but there's something to that both years they had monster years, both those teams, and then it just fell off together because they weren't all – like if the Phillies fell off after like a big monster year, it's an older roster. This is a young roster. You wouldn't think that physically they would drop off like this.
There you go. All right, well, thank you so much, Austin. Appreciate it. You want to hand it off? We've got our next question asker ready to go.
You ready?
Nice Duluth City Connect.
All right.
Vince is with us now. Vince,
what's
thanks
going
for
on,
joining us.
guys? Y'all look phenomenal. All right. The lighting looks great. I want to ask about Scott's weightlifting regimen because it looks so much bigger in real life. But my real question is for AJ. All this talk about Dr. Phillips being so great, but they lost to Apopka, Olympia, and all of these other schools. I'm just wondering why it is that you claim.
You said something about Orlando. I heard Apopka and Olympia.
He's talking about
they lost to so many schools.
Who are you talking about, Dr. Phillips?
Great. And the real question is, about Dr. Phillips.
What sport are we talking about?
We're talking, well, I really want to talk
We're talking
about
baseball. They lose that.
Yeah, baseball really do.
Yeah.
The real question is, do you really think that Orlando would be a good place for a third team? Can Florida really have three teams, or we teams?
No, it's got to be a two-team state. You got to take the team in St. Pete and move them to Orlando. That's the way Orlando works. It's not an expansion franchise. They don't even want an expansion. They want the Rays to move to Orlando because of the tourism, the location they can put a stadium, and because of the market, which people don't realize is 14 right now. Possibly could get to 13, which would be St. Pete. Tampa is 12. Orlando would be 13. Biggest television population market in the country. So it fits that way. It's just you can't have Tampa, St. Pete, and Orlando area. It doesn't work. So it just has to be a two-team state.
There you go. Well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, and I like the
we'll
gear.
see what happens. Awesome. Yeah, awesome get up there. We're going to get one more question here at Truist Community Corner today. We're going to do this tomorrow, too. So if you're in the area and you want to ask us live or say hi to us, this is the spot. Great crowd today watching during the show. We have one more to go. Tristan is going to ask us a question. Nice and loud for us.
All right, got you. So I don't know if you saw, but the Mets were kind of in a midseason slump. Do you guys think they'll be able to hold together even after the All-Star break?
We're gonna let our Philly homer.
Will the Mets hold it together? What do you see for the Mets in the second half? And remember, we have the trade deadline coming up too.
I think similar. I think they're going to do what they did similarly. I don't think they'll ever have that hot streak or that low streak again. Where I think they're going to be solidified. Sean Manaea just got back. They're going to start getting some of their injured pitchers back. It's really going to hinge all on that starting pitching. Anytime you have a great offense, you're going to have highs and lows. You look at all offenses around the game. Do they catch the Phillies? Just like they said, the Philly homer. I don't think they catch the Phillies.
I'm not sure about that one. I think we will.
Okay.
Easily.
I like a little wager on
Let's
this.
go. Well, what do you think?
that.
You break the tie.
I think the Phillies are going to probably win that division. I do, but I think I do love the Met. We love Mendoza clearly.
Yeah,
but I think the Phillies need Nola back. Sanchez and Suarez are going to keep doing it. Wheeler's been great. Problem is their offense hasn't been as good as we thought. And what will Dombrowski do at the trade deadline to strengthen their bullpen? Right. Same thing with David Stearns in New York. What's he going to do? Because they need help. What's he going to do? It's going to be the next 2 weeks are going to be fascinating with the trade stuff.
With those two teams in the same division.
Yes.
Because teams are going to – you want the Mets to go and get the guy that they want. Well, it's pretty much the same thing that the Phillies want. So they're going to bid each other up. So there's teams, the Orioles are sitting there like, oh, somebody's going to overpay for the guys that we got. So I think that's where it's going.
Yeah, they both could use a Cedric Mullins, right?
100%
in center field, and then they both would go after whoever high leverage is available, whether it's Duran, Clase, maybe. Of course,
the difference
Batista could be in play for the Orioles.
If there is a closer available, the enticing part of going to Philly is they'll be closing. You go to New York, Edwin's locked that down.
Yeah,
they got.
Although
Timmy
I will
Trumpet.
say it's there unless you have a no trade clause, which most of the guys we're talking about don't have. It ain't up to you.
For sure.
You're going where you're going, and just be glad you're going to a contender. Right?
100%.
Yeah. Phillies
100%.
don't need a starter, by the way. Mets might trade for a starter as well. Doesn't have to be a top-end guy, but
Mets
they're going
might
to
need more
probably
than one
add
starter.
a starting pitcher. Anyway, great questions. That was cool. We'll do it again tomorrow. Love doing it in front of a live audience. Obviously, this show prides itself in how many questions that we bring up from the fans on YouTube, chat, BCC, etc. But we'll do it live.
I get it in. O'Neal Cruz home run derby. O'Neal Cruz is a lock. I'm going home. I'm tired.
All right. He takes O'Neal Cruz. I'm taking another lefty, James Wood. That's my lock. I almost locked in Jazz Chisholm over 17.5 home runs in the first round. I didn't. I'm going with my lock, James Wood.
Okay. We can go together. Should we finish
We're doing
each
the
other's
same guy?
sentences? Well, here's the thing. We send our picks in because this isn't some fake TV show where everyone goes, oh, everyone picks someone. So AJ and me picked the same person.
Did we
Junior
really?
Caminero.
Yeah, I picked
Yeah.
Junior. How can I not pick Junior Caminero when he was on our show, pining to be in the home run derby, and then he gets in the home run derby and he's like, I'm going to win if I get in. So of course I'm taking Junior Caminero.
I'm glad I didn't because he was my second pick. I locked in two on my BetMGM to one of those. I couldn't choose between, but for the show, I chose James Wood.
There you go. He's 22, just turned 22, Junior Caminero. I would imagine the youngest player.
Am I
in
going to win the
derby.
home run derby? Yes, I am. He just lost his bat. That's
He
not a
needs
good
his
sign.
bat.
They just broke his bat. That's not a good sign. But don't break your bat in the home run derby.
You're still breaking bats.
Yeah, I know.
You were breaking bats when he played?
He is famous
A
for
lot of
good
hits
bat
and broken
break.
bats.
That's
A
right.
lot of hits.
Hey, and obviously tonight, BetMGM's got you covered with an odd boost token, so you can lock in your home run derby bet, activate your odds boost token for any derby bet. Thank you. And you'll receive a payout if your bet does win. Don't miss your chance at a bigger payout on BetMGM. Go check
God,
it
he
out
sent
now.
you a bobblehead with a broken bat.
It's not a broken bat. It
No, it's
attaches.
customs.
It
It went through
attaches, and
customs.
it needs to be a little bit more delicate with it. That's all.
Junior Caminero is just a tick younger than James Wood.
How old is James Wood? He's also 22.
Junior just turned 22 9 days ago. James Wood 300 days ago. So
Okay.
he's almost 23.
Almost 23. There you go.
James Wood needs to win, though, too, for Make My Arena Club go up.
That's right.
I'm telling you, the video I got, and I'm not allowed to show it because it was a black market video of James Wood almost hit the car at Nat Stadium.
Wow. Oh, the catcher cam one?
No. My buddy sent this from the side. He almost hit the car 2 rows below the car. Go look it up where that car is. Jeesh.
Wow. Let's slap. We're doing those here. So today we'll have Hot Sheet coming up at 3:30 Eastern time. So this show ending in a few minutes, and then Hot Sheet will get rolling. We're going to go over the entire MLB draft. So if you missed anything or you want to be able to tell your friends what, some good tidbit about the draft, then Baseball America obviously is all over the coverage there. JJ Cooper is going to be sitting next to me, and we'll have some friends joining us remotely as well. Starting lineups were announced already. Anything stand out to you? You know what I like on the American League side?
I got to look.
Gleyber Torres leading off. Sneaky great first half.
Sneaky
Awesome
great
timing.
OBP, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. So, on-base machine, which I think really cranked in the playoffs. He looked like a different version of himself and then has carried that out into the first half of this year. He's on a 1-year prove-it deal. So, American League's got Gleyber, Riley Green, Judge, Raleigh, Vladdy Jr., Ryan O'Hearn, Junior Caminero, Javi Baez, Jacob Wilson. And then on the National League side, you're starting 9. Ohtani will bat first, then Acuna, Ketel Marte 3, Freddie Freeman, Manny Machado, Will Smith, and then the last 3 are Kyle Tucker, Francisco Lindor, and PCA Pete Crow Armstrong. Come on.
Tigers 1-2. Tigers 1-2 in the American League, by the way,
cool.
in the lineup. That's awesome. Scooble starting. 3 starters for the best record in the American League. And then the big thing, what kind of ovation is Freddie going to get when he comes up to bat?
Massive.
Right?
Biggest.
It's got to be.
Should be a long-standing ovation.
Biggest.
PCA hitting 9th. When's the last time you think Pete Crow Armstrong hit 9th?
Never.
Never.
Maybe.
And never
Maybe.
will after
No.
this.
Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
No, maybe
last
year
when he first got bet. I bet
Yeah.
probably still didn't hit him 9th.
I mean, just as like a guy to have some speed for the top of the lineup, he can steal bases, maybe. But the lineup's it's not even close. National League's lineup is sorry. I mean, maybe that means the American League's going to win, but That lineup is redonkulous.
I agree. It's definitely in favor of the NL, but
Doesn't matter. AL wins always.
no, not. I mean,
He's an American League guy.
Usually the case, but has the NL won 2 in a row, or they won 2 years ago? Remember, Elias Diaz was the MVP.
Yeah.
It was like the most random.
And I remember
name.
we all picked it.
Who won last year?
Jaron Graham. American
the
League.
Red Sox.
Oh, so American League won
Red
again
Sox
last
didn't
year.
win.
Yeah,
American League.
Yes, AL does usually win, but
This is like a showcase for kids. The pitchers usually win because dudes just come out. I remember when Chris Sale came out, and Chris Sale was normally like a 96 to 99 guy, and he came out in the All-Star game and was like 101, 102. Like now, like dudes let it eat. So you're going to see some just ridiculousness, and you're not working at bats. You're just hoping you run into one.
Kratz hat's on the way out, and we're staying for the online crowd if you're watching on YouTube right now. But TV crowd's about to say bye. Why Blue Jays?
Why Blue Jays?
Yeah.
So that everybody knows who first place is in the American League East.
True. Although there's now multiple teams catching them, including the Red Sox, who've won 10 games in a row.
Haven't lost since they went to the Oval Office. Just saying.
And how about the Brewers, who have won 7 games in a row?
They're hot, dude.
They're
hot.
There's
They're hot.
lose Adames, lose Devin Williams.
Figure it out. And now they have a better starting rotation than anybody ever thought. And they have dudes. Chad Patrick was close to the NL Rookie of the Year voting.
Yeah.
He's in the bushes.
That's right. Back for a bonus 3 minutes. Dodgers territory coming up next. We'll throw you to that YouTube channel, and then Hot Sheet will be after that on the Baseball America YouTube channel. We love the YouTube crowd. Subscribe. This is a big week for us. We're here in Atlanta. Everyone working hard behind the scenes. So while we have 2.5 minutes, let's give a little love to Ohtani. 3 innings this weekend, working his way back. I mean, he looks as good as ever on the mound. I know it's short stints right now, but pumping a hundo top of the zone. Breakers are good. I mean, it's going to be hard for them to hold him back in the second half.
True. They're gonna, and they need them too. So they keep just adding guys slowly, inning. But he's starting to mix more pitches in, starting to go deeper. The velocity is held steady. So we'll see. But then we're also going to see how it affects his hitting, because you can't tell me it's not going to at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something that's going to take him to where I think he wants to go, to 7 innings, where with the Dodgers, they don't let guys go 7 innings. If he wants to get up to that point, based on what I've seen so far, he needs to start putting guys away early. He's striking out the side, but it's on like 17, 18 pitches an inning, and I don't think the Dodgers are going to allow his pitch count to get up high enough to where, I mean, what did he strike out? Like 7 straight guys between his last start and then this start? Like, he's dominant. His stuff is dominant, and I don't know if they'll ever stretch him out, if they'll let him be seen more than
No, they will.
throw a lineup.
They will.
You think so?
Here's why. He's dictating this.
Because he wants to?
He's going to say, listen, I'm feeling good. Let me eat. And what are they going to do? Hold him back? He signed up long term, and they're trying to be the first team in a quarter century to win back-to-back World Series titles. And he might be their best pitcher at that point. He might be their best starter. Stuff-wise, is anyone better than him stuff-wise? I mean, obviously they have guys that can keep up with him if Snell gets healthy. Glass now, Yamamoto's good. They said Roki Sasaki could come back in about a month.
He started throwing.
But for me, if that version of Shohei Ohtani is pitching for them in October, 6 innings, please.
Okay. I'm just going based on
It's already at 3.
the track record of the Dodgers.
Hey, Jay, do you think that they're going to have the power to not stop him, but say, hey, we only want you to go 4 or 5?
No, they'll say give us
6
5, and this year because you're just coming back. Their bullpen will be good.
Do you think he will make a 6-inning outing at some point in the regular season or postseason? 6 innings.
Not in the postseason.
Over under.
Maybe regular season.
Not in the postseason.
But you think regular season he'll get to 6?
I think he will.
Okay.
If he keeps going at this pace, yes.
Okay. I'm sure they'll talk about it coming up on Dodgers territory, so we're going to throw you to that right now. If you're watching us on Foul Territory YouTube, we're going to DT. We'll be back here tomorrow at Truist Community Corner, so if you want to stop by and say hello, happy All-Star break to you, and we'll see you tomorrow on FT.